Shamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Jamar here once again. Lord have mercy. Well, y'all, y'all know this is Jamar 84. Y'all already know why we're gathered here today. We are talking about the finale, the end-all, be-all of Bad Girls All-Star Battle Season 2. I'm going to get straight to the episode and leave my final remarks until later at the end. Or rather, when the actual fact happens. Let's see. Let's. Woo, Lord. I literally felt like my hands were sweating during this shit because it was just so. Anyway. The episode starts, everybody's talking about how they want to win the money, how they're, thinking about what they're going to do to get the money. And I'm just going to get a long story short. I'm actually cut to the chase with this one because there's a lot I want to actually talk about the episode, and not the actual episode itself as far as a play-by-play. So the challenge is, first phase 1 is they're supposed to build a bridge, and there's like different shapes and whatnot where they have to build the pieces so that it fits the shape. And the first girl who gets to the other side of the bridge first is the only person who is safe from elimination, and the other 3 are liable to be going home. So Megan and Rocky are what? I'm sorry, I got so distracted. Sarah and Rocky are the one who start, building the bridge and making it, or getting the bridge made. Rocky talks about the only challenges that she has to worry about the shapes. I'm like, Rocky, girl, sometimes you make yourself look stupider than you actually are. But honey, I love you down boots. Either way it goes. And Megan is trailing behind once again. As usually when it comes to these puzzles, Megan is not the brightest star, in the sky. And she even says, she was like, how dumb can I be? What she say? Yeah, how much dumb can I be? Anyways, they get to the part where Rocky has to untie some knots to let her, the latter part of her bridge fall down. And they have to undo some knots so they can get the bridge. And hers gets stuck. And she is complaining. She is bitching. She is talking. She is crying. She's talking. For a moment, she almost gives up. She gets so worked up, she gives up. And I'm like, bitch, go. And she's talking about how she thinks about her mother, her father, and all the things that she's here for. And she starts doing it again. And then everybody else kind of takes Rocky's stumble as a chance to catch up. And eventually she does figure it out. And I was just like, oh my God, Rocky, no. So, Sarah, Tiana, and Rocky are the ones that are like kind of neck and neck. And long story short, Sarah wins the challenge. I'm bittersweet, more so sweet than bitter, because of course I wanted Rocky to be the one who was safe, because I knew. Everything that happened in this episode, I knew it. I was just wishing it didn't have to be this way. I knew it. When Sarah won, I'm like, okay, this could go one of two ways. She could keep her alliance to Rocky and Tiana and have them be in the final 3 to go for $100,000. Or she could finally accept that this is a competition, and you see that Rocky has won the past 3 weeks in a row, and how you are not really competition for Rocky physically. and that could hinder your ass as it has before, she could just, you decide, I love you, bitch, but this time to play the game. And Megan saw that. Megan knew that once they won and they had an alliance, she had to do something, okay? So she put her conniving ways to good use. Megan dropped it in Sarah's ear that, look, it's alliance time is literally over. There's no room left for alliances. Rocky is a beast, and she knows, you know this. Compared to you, she will whoop your ass in these competitions. And you know what? Even though Megan is sneaky, Megan's playing the game for her, but Megan has a point. Megan is sort of secretly kind of helping Sarah, like, but again, she's trying to help herself because she feels like getting Rocky out is going to secure her a way to get in or win. So, long story short, now there's like a bit of unbalance in Sarah's head. Like, she feels like, okay, I have the power, and I kind of do feel like I have to send Rocky home, because if I don't send Rocky home, then I know she can beat me. But then she's like, I wanted to get Megan out from day one. So, and then, since Tiana didn't win, you know, she's crying and she's feeling self-conscious about herself. You know, Rocky's trying to give her words of encouragement and whatever. So they had this pool party. You know, they have boys, drinks, everybody's shaking their asses. And Rocky said, Rocky was like, she feels uncomfortable because there's like boys around and they like have wieners and like, I like boobs. I'm like, excuse me. Didn't Rocky have like an on-again, off-again boyfriend during season 10? I'm like, so was that just you experimenting and then you got with that girl, I can't remember her name, but that girl that she started talking to, and now you're just full-blown lesbian now? I guess, girl, you know, do what you do, honey, but, you know, I was just like, I thought she was kind of like bisexual, but if you don't want dick at all, do you, boo. We get to the part of the pool party where Sarah's going on talking to some dudes, and they're talking, but he's talking about how, you know, Megan is, you know, her best friend now. You know, they finally got to get close and whatever. Rocky peeps the scene like, the fuck? And you can only feel like, what the fuck is that? Like, being through Rocky's eyes, like, bitch, since when? Y'all was fucking fighting the whole time. Now we get to the end, and now that's your best friend. Girl, you know, she had all the reason to call that fake. Normally, I don't like when people use the word fake because they usually don't know what it means when it comes to this show and these seasons. But that was actually a good definition of fake, because that had no ground whatsoever. But like I said, Megan did have a point, and that kind of put that seed of doubt to Sarah's ear. So when Rocky and Sarah and Tiana were together and she was talking about it, she was like, you know, what was the thing going on with Megan? And, you know, Rocky was pretty much trying to figure like, are you going to put me up? Are you going to put me up? And Sarah just kept saying, I don't know. Because, you know, it's a competition or whatever it is. And Rocky got pissed, and she said her body language already kind of senses that she pretty much is sure what she wants to do, but she doesn't want to say it out loud. And I feel very uneasy because y'all know Sarah and Rocky are my babies. Those are the loves of my life during this season. And it really makes me feel uncomfortable to see them fight and argue this way, even though I knew it was inevitable. As once they started getting to the final, I was like, I knew this is inevitable and it's going to have to come to it eventually, but I just didn't want it to happen like this. But so now there's tension between the two of them. Lord have mercy, give me strength. We get to the elimination. Everybody is up for elimination except for Sarah, and everybody gets one vote. Whoever gets the most votes, if it's a tie, then Sarah gets to pick who it is. And Rocky gets sent home. Now y'all know how I feel about my Rocky. And I respect Rocky for not trying to, well, be true to who she was as far as trying to make sure to get Megan out. She was the only one that voted Megan out. And both Tiana and Sarah, I believe, voted to send Rocky home because they knew that they couldn't compete with her in the end. And not Sarah, but Rocky felt betrayed, and I understand why. But at the same time, Rocky, I don't know if I could blame her because she was loyal to them because they was loyal to her too. But this is the thing. It's a game at the end of the day, and you have to be open to these decisions. Like, I feel like before that final, like between the final four, I would have been like, okay, I would have got them together and be like, look, y'all, I love y'all, and I want y'all to know that if I win, I'm putting y'all up for elimination because of this, and only because I know that you're strong and you can win, and I'm trying to play the game as best as I can. I feel like I would have put that out there into the world so that even if I win, I wouldn't be seeming like I'm backstabbing or being shady, but I'm just playing the game. But I do feel like Rocky, I understand Rocky. I really do understand her feelings. But at the same time, I would be so proud that I made it as far as I did. But I'm just trying to say I understand both parties. I'm just like, that was tough to watch, to see Sarah and Rocky go against each other like that. I did not like to watch it. But let's get into this actual challenge. They have to run. First they have to line up some blocks so that all blocks are showing different colors. Sarah and Tiara, what's this bitch name? Tiana, go. They make it past that part first while Megan still lingers behind. Then, I didn't even write down what the goddamn phases were, to be honest. But let's just go ahead and skip to the end, the good shit. They have to get to this puzzle. We have to spell this shit right. And basically, Sarah and Tiana got to their part first, and then Megan caught up. Now, at this point, everybody is at the same spot. Everybody is tied. So who the first two girls to get through to their challenge are the people who are going to be going on. And the third person automatically gets eliminated. So Tiana makes it through that part first. So Tiana moves on to the final part of the challenge. And it's Megan and Sarah. Now, these girls have been going at it all season long. Yeah, they tried to say they were best friends, but that was complete and utter bullshit. And now they're like head to head. And now Sarah, at all her frustration, she makes it through to the second one. And Megan is eliminated. And I'm just like, damn. Now it's up to Sarah versus Tiana. My red team, I'm happy. I'm just happy that my red team made it and it wasn't Megan. I was still rooting for Sarah, definitely. But so they get to this last part where they have to break these rocks. They got to break them, crack them. They got to find this 4-digit code. And if they break all the rocks, they can find the ones that has the digit code in it, and they have to be able to put it in there, unlock the lock, and put the tiara on their head, and they'll be crowned the baddest bitch of all time. So Tiana has a head start. But then Sarah catches up really quick, and we get to the wire where there's 4 numbers in total, and they both have 3 of their numbers. So they're just talking about, I done all this through these challenges. I done slayed, I did all this, and I'm ready to win. And then next thing you know, Tiana breaks the last one, and she gets her final number and heads to the front, opens her shit, and she wins. Tiana wins Bad Girls All-Star Battle Season 2. And I did feel very proud of her because she was feeling so down on herself and she felt like she couldn't do it, and she made it through the challenge. And won the only challenge. She didn't win nothing else all season, but she won the only challenge that mattered, and it brought her to the $100,000. So Tiana, I didn't fuck with you. I liked you more from Bad Girls Club season, and congratulations to you. I hope you use it for what you said you were going to use it for, and concerning your brothers, and that was not fake. But anyways, congratulations to you, girl, and I'm so proud of my boo Sarah, and I'm proud of my boo Rocky. I don't want y'all to feel no type of way, but I'm ready for this reunion next week because there's about to be, we bringing back some old bitches, and I'm sure they have a lot to say from what they saw on TV. So I will see you guys next week for the reunion. Bye bye.